They say he once killed 3 men with a pencil. Not a knife, not a gun, a pencil. Not in a bar fight, not by accident. He chose to do it, and he did. That's the kind of man John Wick is. And in some corners of the world, they call him Baba Yaga, the Boogeyman. The man who turns hunting into an art form. The man who doesn't just survive, he rewrites the rules of survival. Tonight, he's walking into a Siberian nightmare, a secret Russian base hidden beneath snow and pine, a place designed to erase men like him. And waiting inside are 100 of Russia's deadliest soldiers. Not random troops. Spetsnaz, Special Purpose Forces, men trained to kill in ways most people couldn't imagine even in their nightmares. 10 units, 5 to 10 men each, snipers, breachers, recon, medics. Every man has survived hell, Chechnya, Afghanistan, Syria, and lived to kill again. They don't move as men. They move as wolves, as shadows, as instruments of silent death. But tonight, they're hunting him, and he is the nightmare they were never prepared for. He's a man who improvises death, who bends physics, who uses the world as a weapon. And they've sent 100 of the best soldiers Russia has to offer. The moment he steps into the base, 100 trained killers are watching, waiting, calculating. And yet they can't see him because he doesn't move like a man. He moves like a shadow, slipping through vents, crawling across catwalks, disappearing into smoke. And somewhere, in a hushed whisper behind a door, someone mutters, "Baba Yaga." First contact comes swift. 3 men, a forward recon cell, step around a corner. They see movement, think they've spotted the prey. Wick drops a grenade, perfectly timed. The blast erupts, walls shatter, bodies hit the floor before the others can even react. Chaos, panic. The first whisper echoes down the corridor, "Baba Yaga." He moves, a fluid shadow across steel and concrete. The next wave comes. Snipers on the upper level, breachers advancing from the front. He ricochets bullets off walls, uses reflections to blind their eyes, flips over railings, knocks one unconscious with a pencil, yes, a pencil, and takes his weapon without breaking stride. The Spetsnaz adapt. Orders are whispered, radio channels buzz, flanking maneuvers deployed, breaching explosives ready. They move like ghosts, trained to anticipate, trained to eliminate threats faster than most could blink. But they are not legends. They are human. And Wick, he thrives in chaos. Every corner hides a trap. Every shadow is a potential kill zone. Smoke, mirrors, sound, fear, all part of his arsenal. And again, somewhere, the whispered name returns, Baba Yaga. Through corridors, stairwells, and ventilation shafts, a breacher team crashes through a door. A smoke grenade envelops the hall. Flames flicker, and when the smoke clears, 3 operators lie unconscious, rifles clattering to the floor. He moves on, limping slightly from an old wound, but still lethal, still untouchable. Minutes pass like hours. He faces wave after wave. A sniper team on the roof goes down in seconds, their own bullets turning into a useless hail of noise. Breacher teams are dispatched by environmental traps, collapsing stairs, swinging cables, knives pulled from walls, improvised weapons from debris. Every cell loses men. Every fallen operator whispers, involuntarily, Baba Yaga. Then comes the mind game, psychological warfare. Wick doesn't just fight bodies, he fights minds. Shadows shift, noises echo, smoke curls through corridors, and the soldiers start seeing enemies that aren't there. Cells begin to hesitate, to misfire, to question commands. A Spetsnaz whispers over radio, trembling, "Did you see him? He's everywhere." Wick moves silently, steps light, almost casual, yet lethal. He leans into a vent, lets the smoke swirl, and mutters softly for anyone to hear. Baba Yaga doesn't sleep, and neither should you. The fight escalates. Close quarters, gunfire ricochets, knives flash, punches land. Wick moves like water through a storm, precise, unrelenting. Breachers close in, he rolls, sweeps, disarms, kills, and vanishes again. Smoke fills the room. A Molotov explodes behind a corner. Screams and chaos erupt, but he is already elsewhere. Every step, every motion is calculated. Every Spetsnaz operator knows they are facing a force beyond training, beyond skill, beyond humanity. By the end, dozens of operators lie incapacitated, unconscious, or retreating. 10 units remain, shaken, disoriented, whispering that name, haunted, fearing the shadow that killed half their brothers. Wick, bleeding, bruised, limping slightly, emerges from the rubble, alive. The legend walks among the living. He doesn't finish all of them. He doesn't need to. Survival itself is the victory. The whispers of Baba Yaga echo down the corridors. They came for him in numbers, in coordination, in lethal precision. He walked out, scarred, bleeding, yet undefeated. They sent 100 men to kill him. And they left with stories of a man who turns hunting into an art form, who kills with a pencil, who disappears into smoke, who survives when no one should, who is called Baba Yaga.